Hello guys, Gameboy Hub here, and in today's video I'll be reviewing the Geekom A5 mini PC. Now Geekom have kindly reached out to me and offered to send this PC for free, which I gladly accepted. However, I'm not getting paid for this video, so this will be my entirely honest review about this system. I've always loved the form factor of these mini PCs and I thought that they were a cool idea, always. So I'm really glad that I can check one out today. And for about $400 after using my code at checkout, I think this machine is a really good value. We're going to be testing a couple of simpler games since this machine doesn't have a dedicated GPU, as well as some emulators because this really does have a cool potential to be an emulation box, and also some other tasks that you would need a normal PC for, so we'll see how this mini one compares. So yeah, let's get started with the review. The unit comes in its box and it is really well packaged. After opening it, inside we get the unit itself, the power brick and power cable, an HDMI cord, and we even get a vase mount if we want to mount the machine to the back of our monitor, which I think it is extremely cool. So yeah, I definitely might try that one out later. I really like the look and the form factor of the machine. It has all of the ports you would ever need on the back, and it even has an SD card slot to the side. And on the front, it's got two USB ports, a headphone jack, and the power button. Here it is compared to the original DMG Game Boy, and you can really see how small it actually is. This does come preloaded with Windows 11, which I find really useful, so you don't need to worry about installing it. But let's open this thing up and see how it looks inside. And after opening it, we can see the memory slots, which is expandable up to 64 gigabytes. It comes with 16 gigabytes of DDR4 installed, and mine also came with a terabyte SSD. This is also expandable up to 4 terabytes, which is really cool. Since it can hold so many storage, it would be really cool to turn this thing into a NAS, in my opinion. But yeah, let's close the machine up. I just realized that I've talked about every single spec other than the CPU, and the CPU inside of this machine is a Ryzen 5 7430U, and it does have AMD Radeon integrated graphics, which have 4 gigabytes of dedicated VRAM, and that is just a really great processor setup for any kind of light machine like this, because the CPU is actually quite powerful. It can handle some pretty serious stuff, including games, and it is also really fast and snappy for normal tasks. So I think we talked enough, so let's boot this thing up to Windows 11, and we do need to set it up first, of course, and let's test out some software on it. So the first game I tried out was GTA San Andreas, and the experience was absolutely amazing. This is it running at 1080p maxed settings, and you can see that it achieves some great frame rates. This is a completely playable and quite enjoyable experience for older games like this, so even if you want to get it for retro gaming, that would also be a great use. But let's check out a more modern game in the terms of Counter-Strike 2. And I'm running a benchmark here. This is also running at 1080p, pretty much the lowest settings. And you can see that it is completely playable, and you can probably even achieve the middle hundreds in terms of FPS if you do decide to lower down the resolution. Of course, this will not be the greatest CS experience of all time, but for casual gamers it is completely playable. Pretty much every modern game would run on this. Of course, on lower resolutions like 720p or 900p, you could get away with running pretty much anything on this CPU and integrated graphics. As for emulation, we have Citra emulator right here running Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS, and that also ran absolutely great with the upscaled resolution. I had no problems with connecting my Bluetooth controller to this. And yeah, for Citra emulator, it is a really great experience once again. And the same can be said for Dolphin emulator and GameCube and Wii games. So here we have Mario Kart Double Dash for the GameCube, running at 1080p upscaled, and this game looks absolutely amazing running on this machine, and the gaming experience is nothing less. So I really do recommend the Geekom A5 if you want to get a little emulation box. I even tried some Nintendo Switch games off camera. I unfortunately won't show that because Nintendo is allergic to Switch emulation in YouTube videos. But yeah, most of the ones I tested ran okay, some in the middle 30s, some at even 60 FPS. But with adjusting any of the emulation settings, you should be able to get a playable experience. And yeah, that is pretty much it for this review of the Geekom A5 mini PC. I really do recommend it, and you can check it out in the description below. If you're looking for a great mini PC, Geekom also does offer many other configurations on their webpage, so be sure to check those out as well. Thank you once again for sending this unit for me to test. If you guys enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this one. Also, please check out my Twitter and Instagram, and I will see you guys in the next video.